Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 63 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. Today there's a couple things I want to get around to doing. Probably going to start off with some equivalent exchange stuff and then we'll have to see where the episode takes us. So without further ado, let's get started. First thing I want to do is pop in here and note that I've got a whole bunch of red matter hanging out inside this chest. So I'm going to yank it out of there and it'll pull out any red matter from nearby inventories and try and fill this thing back up again. But I believe at the end of the last episode I had emptied it out, so there's not much sitting around waiting to come in. Now what I do want to do is come in here with my Klein Star Omega and make another one. Yoink. So pretty expensive item there, that Klein Star Omega, but that's the one I'm going to start filling up with all this red matter because I'm going to need to use it for one of the awesome items I want to make. Now, before I start filling up too much more of that, why don't I go ahead and show you guys what I'm looking to make here. So the first red equivalent exchange, awesome, uber, super duper, extra powerful gear that I'm going to make here from the armor set is the Abyss helmet. I was debating between that, the Hurricane boots. I've already got a Swift Wolf ring in the Ring of Arcana here, so I'm not worried about being able to fly. The gravity greaves are definitely cool and something I might work towards, and the armor is also pretty neat, but I'm using my lap pack quite a bit, and to be honest with you, I'm afraid of hitting the wrong button and causing explosions. So the Abyss helmet is the one I'm going to work towards first, and you can see here the recipe for that requires a red matter helmet, a fully charged Klein Star Omega, so very expensive item, an Evertide amulet, which helps me to breathe underwater, and a soul stone. So the red matter helmet, as you can see, is 5 pieces of red matter around a dark matter helmet. A dark matter helmet being simply 5 pieces of dark matter. So let's start off by getting ourselves some of that cool stuff. So let's just burn this stuff up, why not? And we'll wind up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, and the same here. And then all the excess I'll dump into that Klein Star. Then I'm going to be wind up fully charging for the goal of making that cool, nifty little item, the Abyss helmet. So let's go ahead first and just make our dark matter helmet and instantly upgrade that to a red matter helmet. And these guys are very powerful pieces of armor that are basically invincible. Nothing doing, can't hurt me, I'm uber. And the Abyss helmet has some really neat abilities, and we'll get to that once I get a bit more red matter into this extra here, Klein Star Omega. Let's maybe consider how much we need to move over. Maybe I'll start doing something like this. How cool is that, huh? So give me a few minutes here, and I'll be right back once I've seen how much of this EMC I can dump from one Klein Star to the next, because I do want to make this guy pretty soon. Alright, the left side Klein Star Omega is getting a little bit low. I do want to store some EMC in there still, so I'm going to pop that guy out of there. And this guy's not quite full yet. Like I said, he needs to be completely full. Got some red matter while I was waiting for that stuff to move over, so let's see. Did I get enough? Nope. Super close, though. Yeah. Let's see. Let's just do it, huh? Let's pull the trigger. Almost. Hey, there we go. Sweet. Fully charged Klein Star Omega. And that's what I need to make the next item on my list of cool things to make. 51.2 million EMC. Holy cow, that's a lot. That's a real lot of EMC. My oh my. Let's get ourselves the other 2 components that are required for the Abyss helmet. So we're going to need that fully charged Klein Star Omega. I'm going to need an Evertide amulet and a soul stone. And the soul stone requires 2 red matter, a lapis, and some glowstone dust. So let's get that stuff ready, and hopefully by then I'll get a couple pieces of red matter from my production line. So a lapis and some glowstone dust, and then I'm also going to need from over here some buckets for my Evertide amulet. And I don't want to actually use my Evertide amulet that I already have because you know what? Didn't I make one by mistake? Like an extra one that I didn't want to use? I forget. Could have sworn maybe I did have 2 of them. Nope, I guess I just have the one. Like I said, don't want to use it, so let's go get some water out back. I'll be back in a minute once I collect this. And I'm going to need... Oh, I'm so close. Need some more red matter here. Come on, guys, produce up, would you? I need another piece of dark matter and some more red matter. I'll be back in a few minutes once I've got the last components here. I'm right on the edge of what I need. Alright, where are we at here? Got one. Nice. Just enough in that old Klein Star Omega, or my original one, to get, I think, everything I need for this. So first off, let's go ahead and craft this guy. Now the Soul Stone, as you can see, when I right-click on it, or turn it on, it's going to keep me pretty well healed, I believe, is what the Soul Stone does. And, that's it. So, keeps me healed. So I'm pretty much at full health now. Let me go drain some out and see if I'm right about that. So I'm letting the skeleton and spider here attack me a little bit. Want to go ahead and get some health drop. There we go. So the deal here is if your soul stone is activated with G and on your hotbar, it's going to slowly heal you up. And you could also just right click it to get a full heart. So there you go. So that's your soul stone. And the other one, the body stone, by the way, is all about health. Hunger, I'm sorry. So that's the body stone. Is the only stone, I think, that I haven't made yet. So there's the soul, body, and the life stone, I believe, if I check the recipe on this guy, is a combination of body and soul. Okay, so that's like an upgraded version. So that's that. And then, of course, we've seen our Evertide amulet before, so let's just get that going real quick. There we are. And here we go. Ready to roll. Okay, so let's get that red matter helmet off my head there and get to crafting. So red matter helmet, fully charged, Klein Star Omega, OMG, Soulstone, and Evertide amulet gets us the Abyss helmet. And hey, I got my Evertide amulet back, so I didn't have to craft that. Sweet. And I don't think I can burn it up. Oh well. So I've got an extra Evertide amulet. I'll find a spot for it somewhere. Probably in my yellow bag. Cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get back my Klein Star Omega, so I'm going to have to create another one of those, which is like 20-something million EMC, and then fill it up all the way, which is another 50 million something EMC. But I've got my Abyss helmet. This guy is cool. So let's go outside for a little bit, get this rain out of here. I don't like rain, especially when I'm filming, and get to flying around. So let's check out the Abyss helmet. Oh, so cool, this little item. More for fun and toy playing around than anything else, really. First off, you can breathe underwater pretty well. So just like with the Evertide, once you're underwater for a few minutes here, your breath bar will jump back up to full. So let's see what happens. Or maybe it just prevents it from going below 1. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Yep. So breathing underwater, not a problem. Alright, so that's the boring ability. Not that it isn't cool, believe me, it's cool. But there's an even better one. Simply look around the world, put your target over something, and press the R key on your keyboard. Alright, so the final ability here is, first off, you have to hit the V key on your keyboard and make sure that whatever you're having in your hand is not an equivalent exchange item. So I've got my Nano Saber here. If I hit V, it tells me that the Red Matter Infernal Offensive mode is disabled and active. And make sure it's in active mode, and that means that the Infernal Armor that you're wearing, the offensive abilities, are now activated. And if I press the R key on my keyboard... Ha 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 ha. What's up, cow? That's right, free lightning strikes wherever your mouse pointer is looking. So much fun, can't even tell you. Let's go find a pig. Let's make a pig. There we go. What's up, pig zombie? In the overworld. How you doing? I don't think I'm going to bother finding a creeper. That would probably be a bad idea. But, you know what? Maybe I want to keep this pig zombie as a pet. Stay right there, my friend. Where's my cool little toy? There we go. Portal gun. Yeah, what's up? I hope pig zombies don't despawn in the same way that my slimes did, because my pig zombie's about to become a new pet. Me and my pets, I know. I'm weird. What do you want from me? Oh, you know what? Let's do that off. There's something causing that. Alright, that's cool. I believe that's one of the effects, possibly from, I don't even know what. Hey, good, we got him in there. Sweet. These things hanging out here, usually that's from a Watch of Flowing Time effect, I believe. But, hey, we got a pig zombie, I'm happy. There we go. We have to change our sign now. Nice. I want to go get a couple more of those guys. Also, while I'm at it, I might want to go figure out what's causing that little bug that we just saw. In previous versions, I think it was the Watch of Flowing Time that would cause that weird little projectiles to misbehave sometimes. So, hey, there we go. Got one of you guys. Now make sure it's not an equivalent exchange item. Put on your offensive mode again, and nice. Hey, get back here. Nice. Yay. Alright, let's turn off offensive mode because, yeah, that could get painful real quick. So I got 2 pig zombies? Yeah, I do. What's up, guys? Nice. Better do something around here with, is this chunk loaded? Yeah, it is. Just wanted to make sure, even though my slimes despawned in that chunk earlier. Oh well. We'll just hope these guys stick around for a while. Alright guys, so I'm back at my little system here that I was playing with last episode with the different colored lights and the lasers. You can see this spider here is pretty darn interested in what I've built, and there's a creeper over here saying, hey, that's a nice laser system you have there. I tried. So let's get rid of all these enemies who are swarming all over the awesomeness that is this neat little laser guy. And remember the yellows and the cyan and the purple and the white and the red. All very cool. Now what I want to do, I think, is get this guy cycling so that it switches between colors after so many seconds. And I'm trying to think of a good way to do that. There's a couple different things I have in mind. So let's look at a couple different of the red power logic tiles that we can use for this purpose. Let's go inside our house and start building something. So what I'm going to craft here real quick is called a sequencer, and it's a stone pointer with some stone cathodes in here, and there you go, sequencer. Neat little module. Basically, what you got here is it's going to sequence between the 4 sides every so many seconds, and you can set your interval right here. So you can see 1 1000, 2 1000, tick, 1 1000, 2 1000, tick, and you could bump this down to 1 second, and it would move faster. Sweet. So what I'm basically planning to use this guy for is to sequence between a bunch of different colors. So the easiest way to do this, and I'm going to need to get my stuff out of my yellow bag here. No, maybe the red bag is where I placed it. Oh boy, how much junk do I have? Yeah, why don't I burn up some items and I'll be right back. Alright, so the simplest approach really here is if I want to cycle this between yellow, green, and purple, for example, or the yellow, cyan, and purple, is really just to, first off, get rid of all these levers. There we go. And, you know, just to keep things looking nice, I'll put that back down there. And just place your sequencer like this and run some wires to the sides. So there we go. And I'll even get this guy out of there to prevent confusion. So that's going to cycle every few times. But I would really like to cycle across the whole spectrum, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this right now. So there's a couple different ways to do it. I'm trying to come up with the most compact way. I could either use an AND gate and a toggle latch here so that when it's toggled in one direction it activates these 3 colors, and when it's toggled in the other direction it activates these guys. Or I could use some kind of cell system, but I think the gates are probably what I'm going to wind up going with. So why don't I get crafted and be right back. You know what, there's another problem with the sequencer, and there's no good way to turn it off. So I can't really just put a lever here and shut it off like I would with a timer. So that's another reason I might not want to use the sequencer. So guys, I'm still working out how exactly I want to use this little system. I'm probably not going to get to it this episode. A couple people have posted on the last video saying you should make a TV or you should make like a big digital display. That would really probably be too complicated of a build, to be honest with you. The amount of lasers and red power wiring you would need would just be pretty crazy for a legit build. So it's something I might think about doing like in a test world or something off camera, and then maybe showing you guys the results of in the future. But for now, I'm going to switch on to something a little bit different, and then maybe come back to this in another episode in the future, or maybe revisit the idea in my next season. So, but for now, I think it was a pretty good demonstration of all the combinations of stuff you can do with red power and this neat little laser mod that has all these different features. And keep in mind that these lasers do have the abilities of the color lasers themselves. So if I do put on a purple laser, it's going to go ahead and slow me and damage me a little bit. So, and if I were to bump that up to a more powerful laser, of course, it would be a more powerful version of the slow and damaging effect. So a pretty neat system. I'm going to move on to something else for now, and then maybe come back to that, like I said. Alright, time for me to make a new episode, or a new item that you guys have seen in a previous episode. This is something you guys saw in my first season Let's Play. I'm just going to come right over here and snag some of the red matter that's been getting produced, and I'm going to burn it up into my Klein Star, wherever that thing might be, probably in one of my bags or something. Let me track that down. There we go, found it in one of my bags. So I dumped all the EMC into that at about 7.3 million. Sounds cool. And I'm going to need 4 pieces of dark matter for this thing I'm about to build. Another ring, as you guys might have guessed, because I grabbed some iron. There we go. And the next thing I'm going to have to build here is something like this. That's right. You guys probably know what I'm building now, don't you? I think I might just need 2 dark matter, actually. There we go, Archangel's Smite. Oh, this ring is definitely cool. It's one of my favorites. It's pretty much all about bow and arrow power. So its main purpose here is if you left click or right click, you'll get some arrows shooting out of here. Let's get our Ring of Arcana back on. So right click, you can see, shoots out 1 arrow, and left click shoots out a bunch of arrows. And you can collect them back up after you've shot them, which is neat. And if you don't have any arrows in your inventory, it's fine. It'll start using some of the cobblestone that's here available in your inventory, so you can see. It's also got a homing ability, as you guys might have just noticed. Let me go find some more enemies here. And if you don't exactly have to shoot and aim properly, just shoot in the general direction, and the arrows will kind of home in on a target. Pretty cool. And you can also charge it up with V, I think, or hit G, and you just get like crazy, ridiculous, awesome mode. Lots of fun. Sweet. Oh look, they went all the way over there. How cool was that? Sorry, sheep. Hey, we're testing. Whoosh. So definitely a lot of fun, this ring. You used to have to charge it up for that automatic mode, but I guess you don't anymore. So how awesome is that? It'll also use energy out of your Klein Star Omega, like I said, or cobblestone if you don't have any other options in your inventory. It'll kind of chew up the cobblestone and make arrows for you automatically. So definitely a fun toy and something I'm going to use pretty soon. So if I'm building an offensive weapon that's pretty powerful, it looks like I'm going to have a fight on my hands pretty soon. So let's get ourselves some ender pearls and some blaze rods. That's right, we're signaling coming up towards the end of the series. You know, not exactly the end just yet, but I do want to go track down one of those nether fortresses and see if I can't find anything cool. So let's make our way with some Eyes of Ender here and see what we can come up with. Now remember guys, the basic gist that we have to do here is go look around for the Eyes of Ender. And if we throw one, it's going to kind of gravitate towards the nearest dungeon or stronghold where we can find an end portal. So I'm just going to run off in this direction over here. Over here, huh? Okay. Let's see what we can't come up with. Oh, it broke. Oh well. So I'm just gonna keep running off in this direction here. Let's like teleport a little bit forward and try another one. Oh, back in this direction now. Cool. I'm homing in on a stronghold here, and pretty soon I'll be able to head to the end and maybe come up with some good stuff to do in there. Remember guys, in my last season, the Endermen, after I destroyed their queen dragon, came after me and pretty much did some nasty stuff to my base, so I'm pretty sure now's a good time to get some revenge. There we go. Got destroyed again, so let's make ourselves a few more of these guys. So did we find one like right here? Is that the deal? Is this where like one might be? No, it's going off in this direction again. So how about I look around for a few minutes and I'll come right back once I've found one. Oh guys, I think we found something here. Oh yeah, definitely. Looks like there might be a portal right underneath my feet here. So let's build out some kind of area to clear this spot out. Let's see. I'm just going to map this area out. I should probably go sleep through the night because it's a little dark out. But this definitely looks like the spot to start building out here. So let's take care of this like so. And I'll come back in just a few minutes to you know, have it be daytime for us and maybe start digging our way down towards the Ender portal down there. Alright guys, so remember frequencies 104 and 105 is where I had my lava pump station here that I never did finish using. So I'm going to build myself a new way to get back to that portal area, and I'll be right back once I have another frequency 104 and 105 wireless redstone set up. I'm not sure if I have any in my bags, but I do know my system back in my crafting area can create one for me pretty quick. So why don't I get the items I need and a portal spawner as well while I'm at it, and set up a portal spawn to get back and forth between my Ender portal and stronghold. Alright, so just crafting up another one of those portal thingies. Isn't that what it was? Or was it one Ender and then two diamonds maybe? Could have sworn I had the recipe right there. Nope, there we go. Portal spawner, nice. And pick these guys up. And these will land on the other side, of course. Now, I did leave my portal open back there, so if we just step right back through, you can see here's the area where I marked out where the stronghold should be. And what I'll do is close this portal up. And here we'll have frequency 104 and 105 activating. Now, let's see, where's my wireless remote? I actually had to make another one of these guys because I couldn't find my wireless remote. I'm sure it's in one of my bags somewhere, but who knows. So 105 is going to be pulsed, so that should be underneath the lava pump station area thingy. So let's do that. So 105 should be under here, and that should be a receiver. And this should be 104, the transmitter. And then I can just make myself a pressure plate, and hopefully I set everything up properly. All I need to do is just place down a portal spawner right like so, and I think I want to make this guy red. Hey, look at that. Working like a charm. Gotta love it. And I can even change this sign here to be Ender Portal or Stronghold. Yeah, I hope it's a Stronghold. Like I said, everything looked good, so we'll see what happens. Cool. So let's start digging down. Now my Eye of Ender, which I don't have any more on me, but it was pretty much indicating straight down here. So I'm going to make sure I have my Vulcanite amulet on my hotbar. Even though I've got lots of armor and stuff, it's still a good idea to have that down there, just to be safe. And where did my cobble go? I don't know where all my cobble went, but anyway. Hey, there's a cave down here, that's for sure. And my Eye of Enders probably filtered into the ground there, and we're sitting there. Oh yeah, still straight down. Don't try this at home, kids. Digging straight down, never a good idea. Unless, of course, you have like, hey, look at that. Wow, I landed like literally right on top of the portal. How cool is that? And there's one of these little annoying mob spawner thingies. I hate these things. I do not like them. So I'm going to need some more Eyes of Ender to activate this portal. And I probably want to make sure I'm ready before I go jumping into that thing. Maybe I should do something about this guy. What do you think? Wouldn't it be cool to have a little spawner house to house all these little annoying creatures that spawn up? And I should maybe even explore this area at some point. But for now, this looks pretty cool. Neat. This is literally like the second stronghold I found. Is it normal to instantly find the portal like that by following the Eyes of Ender? Do they point to the portal or the stronghold? I don't know. Probably a whole bunch of cool stuff to explore down here. But for now, I'm in good shape. Nice. So, let's make our way out of here by just going straight back up. Cool. Alright, maybe I'll make a way to get down there, or maybe I'll just go for broke and jump straight into the end, but we'll have to see. But before we do anything else, really, I should run over here, grab myself some iron bars and a piece of lapis, because we want to make sure that if we do leave this world, like, you know, close out the game and come back, we can hopefully get back over to that Ender Portal area. So let's do this. There we go. Make some chunk loading blocks and make sure we just have one right over there by that portal, just to make sure that chunk stays loaded. So stronghold area, good, looking sharp. And I'll just place one right down here underground. Or right on the ground, why not? So now this chunk should be nicely loaded for me. Perfect. And yeah, I think we're in good shape to go take care of the Ender Queen, which will probably have to wait until next episode because, you know, this one's getting pretty close to that wrapping up point. So why don't we head back to our base? Looks like that portal's working pretty well. How's my buildcraft room doing? I did have to run some more fuel into my engines, but uh-oh, it looks like they're completely, these guys ran out of some water. So what happened this time? Oh boy, one of these days I'm going to have to figure out a nice way to automatically refill this tank. I know there's a couple methods I could use. I could probably go with something like, oh, I don't know, buckets in the corners here, or Evertide amulets in the corners, but I don't know. I have to find a good way to solve this. Maybe in Season 4, once I'm building this room, I'll figure out a good way to take care of that situation. But at least I have my auto kill switch, which prevents any explosions, because explosions are bad. Don't want to have to deal with any of that. Cool. So it's going to refill up these biofuel tanks, as you can see. Looking good. And I do also want to swing by my apiary and see how we're doing. I've got some Diligent and Unweary. I never did get to my Industrious Queen, but you guys did see what she produces, so that's cool. Oh, there we go. Unweary Industrious Hybrid. Cool. Hopefully it'll last. And this Meadows Queen, I keep trying to breed myself another Cocoa Queen. Steadfast. There he is. So I've been just doing this, manually putting the Steadfast drone in here, and then next time the cycle goes, because the automatic running system is on, it should take care of that. So many drones, so little time. I did get a lot of resources from my bees, so that's cool. And guys, I feel like this is getting to be a pretty good wrapping up point for the episode. So let's check on our red matter too while we're here. I'm going to burn that up and put it in my client star along with some other junk that I collected while I was downstairs. Cool. So I'll go throw those guys in my chest. So this is Direwolf20 signing off on episode 63 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. Hope you guys enjoyed checking it out. Like I said, next episode I'll probably come back and head down to avenge my last world by taking down the Ender Queen dragon, and those Endermen won't see anything coming. And hopefully I'll be able to put up some defenses to prevent them from coming back and retaliating again. So stay tuned for that. Take it easy, everybody.